I discovered my nanny wasn't the refugee she claimed to be. I let a stranger live in my house for 2 years. She slept in the bedroom next to my children. She had keys to every door. She knew my schedule, my routines, where I kept my passwords, my credit cards, my important documents. She bathed my babies, fed them, put them to bed, sang them lullabies, and I trusted her completely. Her name was Amira, or at least that's what she told me her name was. She told me she was a refugee from Syria, that she'd fled the war with nothing but the clothes on her back, that she'd lost everything, her home, her family, her entire life. She showed me documents, refugee papers, a heartbreaking story that made me cry, and I believed every word. Right now, some of you are already typing, "How could you be so stupid?" in the comments. Some of you are thinking, "I would never let a stranger around my kids." But before you judge me, before you say what you would have done differently, let me tell you what I discovered. The woman living in my house, taking care of my children, wasn't Amira from Syria. She was Svetlana from Moldova, a woman with a criminal record, a woman who stole the identity of a real refugee, a woman who had scammed multiple families before mine. And the real Amira, the actual refugee whose identity was stolen, she's been trying to get asylum in the United States for 4 years, and she can't because someone else is already using her name, her story, her trauma. My name is Rebecca. I'm 34 years old. I'm a pediatric dentist in Seattle, Washington. I have 2 children, Emma, who's 6, and Noah, who's 4. And for 2 years, I paid a con artist $2,500 a month to live in my house and take care of my babies. This is the story of how I found out and what I did about it. 2 years ago, I was desperate. I'd just gone back to work after maternity leave with Noah. Emma was starting kindergarten. My husband, David, is an architect. His hours are unpredictable, lots of late nights. We needed help. Live-in help, preferably. Someone who could be there when we couldn't. Someone who could handle the chaos of 2 young kids. I posted on a local nanny Facebook group. Family in Ballard looking for live-in nanny, excellent pay, private room and bathroom, must love kids. I got maybe 40 responses in the first 2 days. Most of them were college students looking for free rent. Some were older women with experience but wanted weekends off. A few were clearly unqualified, couldn't pass a background check, had no references, barely spoke English. And then I got a message from Amira. Her English was good but not perfect. Her message was simple. "Hello, my name is Amira. I am refugee from Syria. I have refugee work permit. I am good with children. I have references from refugee center. I am looking for family to work with. I am very grateful for opportunity. Thank you." Something about that message stopped me. A refugee, someone who had been through hell and was trying to rebuild her life. I called her that same day. Her voice on the phone was soft, gentle. She had an accent, Middle Eastern, definitely, but I could understand her fine. "Tell me about yourself," I said, and she told me a story that broke my heart. She was from Aleppo, a city that had been completely destroyed by the war. She'd been a teacher there, 2nd grade. She loved children. When the bombs started falling, when her neighborhood was destroyed, she fled with her sister. They made it to Turkey, lived in a refugee camp for 2 years. Terrible conditions, not enough food, no safety. My sister, she get very sick in camp, no good medicine. She die there. I am alone now. I was crying just listening to her. She'd been sponsored to come to America by a church group in Seattle 8 months ago. They'd helped her get her apartment, helped her get her work permit, helped her find ESL classes. "But I need work," she said. "I want to work with children again. I miss teaching. I miss having family." We set up an interview. She came to the house that weekend. When I opened the door and saw her for the first time, My heart went out to her immediately. She was small, maybe 5'3", thin, too thin, dark hair pulled back in a simple ponytail, dark eyes that looked haunted, like she'd seen things no person should see. She was wearing simple clothes, a long skirt, a modest sweater, no makeup, no jewelry except a small cross necklace. "Thank you for meeting with me," she said, shaking my hand gently. Emma was shy at first, hiding behind my legs, but Amira got down on her knees, right there in the entryway, and smiled at her. "Hello, little one. My name is Amira. What is your name?" "Emma," my daughter whispered. "Emma, that is beautiful name. Do you like to draw?" Emma nodded. "Me too. I love to draw. Maybe sometime we can draw together?" Emma smiled, actually smiled. By the end of the interview, Emma was showing Amira her room, her toys, her favorite stuffed animals. David was sitting in Amira's lap while she read him a picture book. David and I looked at each other. We both knew. This was the one. "Can you start next week?" I asked. Amira's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You will not regret this, I promise." She moved into our home the following Monday. For the first 6 months, Amira was perfect. Not just good, perfect. She would wake up before everyone else in the house. By the time I came downstairs, she'd already have coffee made, breakfast started, kids' lunches packed for school and daycare. "Good morning, Miss Rebecca. I make eggs for children. They're ready soon." She was always so formal, Miss Rebecca, Mr. David, never just our first names. She'd get Emma ready for school, dressed, teeth brushed, hair done, backpack packed, while I got Noah ready for daycare. Then she'd spend the day cleaning, doing laundry, meal prepping dinner so I could just heat it up when I got home from work. "You work so hard, Miss Rebecca. I want to help. This is my way to say thank you for giving me home." The kids loved her. Emma would come home from school and run to find Amira instead of me. "Amira, Amira, look what I made in art class." Amira would crouch down, give Emma her full attention, praise every crayon drawing like it was a masterpiece. "This is beautiful, Emma. You are such good artist. We put on refrigerator, yes?" Noah started calling her Mira because he couldn't quite say Amira yet. She thought it was adorable. "Mira, Mira, play blocks!" And she would. She'd sit on the floor for hours building block towers with my 4-year-old, never looking at her phone, never seeming bored or tired. On my birthday that first year, she baked me a cake from scratch, chocolate with homemade frosting. "In my country, we always make cake for birthday. I hope you like." I cried, actual tears, because it was so thoughtful, so sweet. David and I would talk about how lucky we were. "She's like family," David said one night after the kids were in bed. "I don't know what we'd do without her." "I know," I agreed. "She's been through so much. It makes me feel good that we can give her stability, a safe home." We gave her bonuses. We bought her new clothes for Christmas because hers were so worn. We invited her to family dinners, to birthday parties, to everything. "You're part of this family, Amira," I told her. "You're not just our employee, you're family." She cried every time I said things like that. "You are so kind to me, Miss Rebecca. I never forget this. You saved my life." But there were little things, little moments that I ignored at the time because I trusted her. Like how she never wanted to take pictures, ever. "Oh no, I don't like photos," she'd say, turning her face away whenever I tried to include her in family photos. Or how she never wanted to talk about Syria in any detail. I'd ask her about Aleppo, about her life before the war, trying to get to know her better. "It is too painful, Miss Rebecca. I am sorry, I cannot talk about it." I respected that. Of course I did. She'd been traumatized. Why would I push her? Or how she never had visitors, never went out on her days off, never talked about friends or church or the refugee organization that had supposedly sponsored her. "I just like to rest on my days off," she'd say. "Stay in my room, watch TV, relax." I thought she was just introverted, recovering from trauma, adjusting to her new life. I didn't think she was hiding. 18 months in, something strange happened. I got a call at work from Emma's school, the front office. "Hi, Mrs. Chen, this is Principal Anderson. I wanted to let you know that someone attempted to pick up Emma today who wasn't on the approved pickup list." My blood went cold. "What? Who?" "A woman. She said her name was, let me check my notes, Svetlana. She said she was Emma's nanny and that you'd sent her to pick Emma up because of an emergency." Svetlana? We didn't release Emma to her, of course. We followed protocol, but the woman became very agitated when we asked for ID. She left quickly before we could get her license plate. "Can you describe her?" "Eastern European accent, dark hair, 30s maybe, slim build." That sounded nothing like anyone I knew. "Thank you for calling, and thank you for keeping Emma safe. I have no idea who that was." When I got home that evening, I was shaken. "Amira, did anyone try to contact you today about Emma?" She looked confused. "No, Miss Rebecca, why?" "Someone tried to pick her up from school, a woman named Svetlana, Eastern European." For just a second, just a flash, I saw something in Amira's face. Fear? Panic? I couldn't tell. Then it was gone, replaced with concern. "That is very scary. I am glad school did not release Emma. This is dangerous person, maybe." "Do you know anyone named Svetlana?" "No, I do not know this name." I believed her, why wouldn't I? But that night I couldn't sleep. Something was bothering me. Eastern European accent. Amira had a Middle Eastern accent, Syrian. At least that's what I'd always assumed. But now that I thought about it, did I actually know what a Syrian accent sounded like? I got out of bed, went to my home office, and did something I probably should have done 2 years ago. I Googled Syrian accent versus Eastern European accent. I found YouTube videos, comparisons, dialect coaches breaking down the differences. And then I went back further in my email, found the original messages from Amira when she'd first applied. I read them again, more carefully this time. The grammar was perfect, too perfect for someone who'd supposedly only been in America 8 months when she applied. "I am good with children. I have references from Refugee Center." That's not how someone with limited English would write. That's how someone who speaks fluent English but is trying to sound like they don't would write. I went to the folder where we kept all of Amira's documents, the ones she'd shown us when we hired her. Refugee work permit, letter from the Refugee Resettlement Agency, reference letters. I looked at them more closely this time. The work permit looked off. The printing was slightly blurry. The seal looked photocopied. The letter from the Refugee Agency had no letterhead, just text on plain white paper. The reference letters had phone numbers. I'd called them 2 years ago when we were hiring her. People had answered, confirmed she was great with kids, vouched for her. But looking at the numbers now, they were all Seattle area codes, all local numbers. Who had I actually talked to? I called one of the numbers. Late at night, I didn't care. It rang and rang and rang. Disconnected. I tried the second number. Same thing, disconnected. Third number? The number you have reached is no longer in service. Every single reference number was dead. I didn't sleep at all that night. At 6 a.m., while Amira was still asleep in her room and David was in the shower, I did something I'm not proud of. I went into Amira's bedroom. Her door wasn't locked, it never was. We'd always told her, "This is your home, you don't need to lock your door." I pushed it open quietly. The room was neat, almost unnaturally neat. Bed made perfectly, no personal items out, nothing on the dresser, nothing on the walls. That should have been a red flag from the beginning. She'd lived here for 18 months, and her room looked like a hotel room. I went to her closet, clothes hanging neatly, nothing unusual. Then I checked the dresser drawers. Socks, underwear, t-shirts, all folded perfectly. Bottom drawer. That's where I found it. A shoebox pushed to the very back. I pulled it out, opened it. Inside were documents, lots of documents. A passport, but not Syrian, Moldovan, with a picture of Amira, but the name said Svetlana Morozova. Several different IDs, different names, different states, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, credit cards in names that weren't Amira. And then I found the most damning thing, a folder with newspaper clippings, printed articles. Seattle family seeks justice after nanny scam. Refugee identity theft ring busted in Portland. Woman arrested for using false refugee status to gain employment. All from different states, all from the past 5 years. And in each article there was a description of the suspect, a woman, Eastern European, dark hair, using stolen refugee identities to get jobs as a nanny with wealthy families. I felt like I was going to throw up. I took out my phone, started taking pictures of everything, every document, every article, every ID. Then I put everything back exactly as I found it. I walked out of that room, closed the door quietly, and went downstairs. David was in the kitchen making coffee. "You okay? You look pale." "We need to talk. Not here. Let's go for a walk." We left Amira sleeping, walked around the block, and I told him everything. David's face went white, then red, then white again. "Our kids," he kept saying. "She's been alone with our kids." "I know. What if she's dangerous? What if she's—" "I don't think she'd hurt them, though I wasn't entirely sure. But we need to call the police, right now. What if she runs? Then she runs, but our kids' safety comes first." We called 911 from our cell phones, standing outside our own house. "This is going to sound crazy," I told the dispatcher, "but we have a live-in nanny who we believe is using a stolen identity. She has access to our children. We need someone here, now." 2 police officers arrived within 10 minutes. We met them outside, told them everything. "Has she committed any crimes against your family specifically?" I don't know. Identity fraud? She gave us fake references, fake documents. Is she in the house now?
Yes, she's probably awake by now, making breakfast. The officers looked at each other. "We'll need to ask her some questions, and we'll need to see those documents you found." We walked back into our house, our home that suddenly felt like a crime scene. Amira was in the kitchen. She saw the police officers and froze. For 1 second, we all just stared at each other. Then she ran. Amira bolted out the back door. One of the officers took off after her. The other one called for backup on his radio. "We have a runner, female, Eastern European, dark hair, heading toward—" I couldn't hear the rest. I was running upstairs to my kids' rooms. Emma and Noah were still asleep, completely unaware that the woman who'd been taking care of them for 18 months just ran from the police. I sat on Emma's bed and just watched her sleep. My baby, my first baby. This woman had given her baths, had been alone with her, had access to her while she was vulnerable and sleeping. Who was she? What was she capable of? David came upstairs, put his hand on my shoulder. They caught her 2 blocks away. "Is she talking?" "Not yet. They're bringing her back." We went downstairs. The second police officer, Officer Martinez, was talking on her radio. "They're bringing her in now. We've also contacted Immigration and Customs Enforcement. If she's using a false identity, they'll want to be involved." A few minutes later, the first officer, Officer Park, walked through the front door with Amira in handcuffs. She wasn't crying, wasn't pleading. Her face was completely blank. She looked at me, made direct eye contact, and for the first time since I'd met her, I saw who she really was. Not a traumatized refugee, not a grateful woman trying to rebuild her life, a predator, cold, calculating. "Svetlana Morozova," Officer Park said, reading from her actual ID they'd found in her pocket. "Also known as Amira Hassan, also known as Maria Volkov, also known as Elena Popescu." 4 names, 4 identities. How many families? I asked her directly. How many families have you done this to? She didn't answer, just stared at me with those dark, empty eyes. Officer Martinez pulled me aside. Ma'am, we're going to need to take her in for questioning. We'll also need statements from you and your husband. But I want you to know, based on what you've told us and what we found on her, this is part of a larger operation. What do you mean? She's not working alone. There's a network. They steal refugee identities, real people's identities, and use them to get into homes, usually wealthy families. Sometimes it's just theft, credit cards, jewelry, cash. Sometimes it's identity theft of the family members. Sometimes it's worse.
For more videos, please subscribe, like, and comment.